Hey everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be a new episode of Read It or Unhaul It, the challenge I'm doing all year, trying to read the books that are unread on my shelf. We started the year, there were about 400 books on there, and I have been slowly going through them. You can see the mini jar, but let me grab the big one. We're going to pick the one for this week, or the ones, depending on how it goes. The ridiculous jar. I will never be over the size of this thing. I feel like some months I get rid of a bunch of them, and then some weeks I'm just reading one and enjoying myself. Hopefully that's gonna be the case. I'm a little nervous because I have been kind of in a reading slump last month in October. Things didn't really go that great, but I just finished a really good book. So now I'm like, it's the opposite. Like, I am afraid that I'm gonna stick in a reading slump because you can't beat the best book that I've read so far this year, but let's attempt it. By the way, if you notice, the decor is like halfway done right now. It's because the cats. I'm really worried that they're going to jump in the Christmas tree. So far it's just built, there's no lights, there's nothing. I think I'm gonna put the lights and just leave it at that for this year because I don't trust them. Which, like, very unsurprising since they are insane. So let's do this. We have the jar. Let's pick the first book for this week. I don't even know what I want to read. Green. Green is fantasy, which, you know what? I just finished, again, the best book that I've read so far this year, and that was a fantasy. It's like right here, right now. By the way, a few of you actually commented that this is on Kindle Unlimited, so you can't go wrong with that. So, green, fantasy. I am afraid, but so far the fantasy that I've read this year were pretty good, so hopefully that focused. Oh, okay, let me grab it first. Okay, so fantasy are here. The top ones are basically the ones I've read, so it has to be, oh, there it is. There you go. I think this is the perfect example of what I was hoping this challenge would be this year. I had no idea how it was going to go, right? Because some of these books had been on my shelf for years and I just forgot to read them, even though I thought I was going to enjoy them considering the reviews. And some of them, I just feel like my taste has changed. So it's been great to just declutter the bookshelves, but this is exactly what I was thinking about. I have been meaning to read this for years, and for some reason I just never picked it up. I don't remember when I bought this, but I know it was over 5 years ago. So I know it's an adult fantasy. I believe originally it was written as a standalone, which is why I had picked it up, because I feel like not enough fantasy books are standalone books. And I've heard it's great. I think it might be slower paced than what I'm usually into for fantasy, but I'm excited. Again, all I remember, because it's been years, is that there's a golem and a genie. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna read the first chapter. We're gonna see how it goes for today. And hopefully I'm gonna read that. I feel like if it's slower paced, I might not pick up something else. But again, personally, I prefer going through one if I enjoy myself than like 7. Is it the max I've done? 7, but I enjoyed none of them. I know those videos are very entertaining, but they're rough on me. So that sounds good. That actually sounds really good. So I will see. Actually, let me read the first chapter right now. How big is it? I don't know if I'm gonna. Okay, it's like 17 pages. Let me read it right now. Okay, I think we're good. The first chapter was good. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a one and done for this week, but cross all the fingers that I'm gonna enjoy it. So I'll update you throughout the week. But I have a good feeling, like it's going to be at least a 3-star. That's my prediction. Quick update on the book. I'm about 15% into it. That's kind of my goal every day. I'm telling myself to read/listen to, because that's the next thing, 15% every day. So I looked quickly, and my library has it as an audiobook. So I think I'm going to flip-flop. So during the nights I can, read a physical copy, and during the day when I go on walks or do things, because unfortunately I do have to cook and clean and so that way I can go through it faster, because it is definitely super slow paced, very character driven so far, but I think I'm gonna like it. It's definitely very literary fiction and like historical fiction for a fantasy, so I feel like if you're someone that doesn't really read fantasy, this might be more your thing than the average fantasy book. I think I'm gonna do next year a few videos about like best fantasy books. I haven't done
nearly enough. I think I've only done like 1 or 2 in so many years. I just feel like I'm always wanting to read one more, so I never do it. But I am planning on doing some in 2024. If you have like specific ones you want me to do, let me know. But yeah, if/when I do one where I'm like, if you usually read this and you want to get into fantasy, this is going to be the one for like historical fiction or literary fiction. So it's set, I believe, 1899. Fictional one, and you have this woman, this golem, who was created as essentially a servant for this man, and they're traveling to New York by boat. That's when she is woken up. And then you're also following this genie who was stuck in a lamp, of course, as they are, and who knows where the story is going to go. They're also in New York, so I'm assuming they're going to meet. Maybe friendship, maybe more, who knows. But yeah, so far it's definitely super character driven, a lot more slow paced than I usually am in the mood for. But because I have finished probably the best fantasy I will read in years, I would have been more reluctant to get into a similar fantasy because they wouldn't compare, but because they're so different, I'm okay. Hello, welcome to this new episode of I Have the Dumbest Cat in History. Said dumb cat is right here, actually. This is Charlie. Very pretty cat, but my gosh, does he... I'll probably have like 1 million white hair in the next week because oh my gosh, you're the worst. This dumb cat has been doing bad things again. Turns out he decided to swallow yesterday a rainbow ribbon. So I have been absolutely freaking out. I ended up bringing him to the vet, hoping they could make him vomit. I didn't know cats don't really vomit. You would think, because they're always vomiting apparently, but not on purpose. So I spent $300 to have him be nauseous. Then they gave him stuff to sedate him, so he was high as fuck. And nothing happened. So he now has a ribbon in his stomach somewhere, and we're hoping it's going to come out, and it hasn't yet. So cool. To be fair to him, after all of that, he's probably a little constipated. / this morning we had three strangers in the house to replace my water heater. So it's probably making him nervous too. So we're still hoping for the magical poop. I'm sorry this vlog is going to be about this because I'm so fucking nervous. Because this dumb cat, he's been very cuddly though. I love you, but my gosh, have you seen the size of his head, by the way? So yeah, the vet said that he was huge for 8 months and he's 5 kilograms, so it's like 11 pounds. And apparently he's very shiny. He has a very shiny coat of fur, but he's dumb. Listen, you don't understand how I knew this cat was going to be my most expensive cat. Like Clawdia, sure, it cost the most to get her sterilized, but like female cat, okay, fine. Chunky, I'm still waiting, by the way, for the result for his test, the shadow that he has on one of his lungs, but he seems happy, so can't be affecting him too much. But Charlie, I don't know if it's because his dad is a Siamese cat, but he's always chewing and licking everything. So for sure, I knew that something was going to happen at one point. Actually, I have a scrunchie here because I've had to throw away every air elastic that I own because I kept finding him chewing on some. I don't know how many he has swallowed. I have no idea. I've never seen them when I was cleaning his litter box, but who knows? So I've had to throw them all away. And now I can only use scrunchies because I don't want him to die. And I kept finding him chewing more, even though I kept throwing a bunch of them away. And I realized that he can open drawers to find some, to chew on them. So I'm having to actually throw all of them away because I can't trust him. Also, I've had to change my dental floss because somehow he managed to open my trash can that you have to press on it for it to open. And yeah, one day I found him chewing on some. So again, who knows if he has ever swallowed some, but now I have only like the pick ones, which hopefully won't chew, probably will. And the one with like the plastic handle. I also have like a water pick, whatever. The dumbest cat. Also, when they were babies, I didn't know which one had chewed my laptop screen, which lucky for them, which now I know it's Charlie. I I still had the warranty and I was going to already repair it because there was already another crack on the bottom. So I got that changed. It was still $200, but lucky for me, because again, it was still on warranty, we changed the battery, a bunch of other stuff. So it was worth it. That lasted me 2 months before I left my laptop. 2 seconds. I was so careful for 2 months, but still, the second I left it alone, I came back and he had chewed it. I was seeing him chewing on it. So yeah, no surprise here, because now I knew better that Charlie, of course, was going to be the one to do that. So yeah, I'm very stressed. I fully panicked yesterday. I was posting on Instagram freaking out. And yeah, by the way, I know someone is going to be like, why don't you get cat insurance? I looked into it the second I decided to keep them all, but it's like $150 per month per cat, which does not sound worth it. I have been putting money aside as like a emergency fund, and that's how I'm going to pay for the $300 for his fun visit. But I didn't have, they were saying $5,000 to do an endoscopy, and it had been 3 hours by the time that they were telling me that. So like it wasn't going to be accessible, like it wasn't worth it. So we're crossing our fingers that he's not going to die and that it's going to pass. So yeah, send me some good thoughts about rainbow poop, because I mean, at that point, I don't know if it's going to be out. They were telling me it could take like 2 weeks before it comes out. So the vet only told me to give him like dry food, because we usually mix it, dry food to like bulk up. I'm so sorry, this is TMI, but like I'm like venting here. I think I'm gonna get those like liquid treats, because last time they were not apparently great for the stomach, so maybe we'll I'm so sorry, but yeah, I haven't slept. I've been so nervous because I'm waiting for him to. So yeah, as far as the book, this is the point of this, right? I already know the rest of the vlog is going to be about this. I'm so sorry. The book is going well. Yeah, I'm 45% into it, so I've been following my schedule. I've been doing some cleaning in the basement. I'm trying to empty it so I can have like a third of it dedicated to be a cat room or something. But I don't trust them in there for now, because again, they'll probably swallow something. So I need to make sure there's nothing in there first. So, but at the same time, you know, I was able to listen to the audiobook while I was doing things. But yeah, this is how my week is going. Really good in terms of reading, really bad in terms of my anxiety. And like the fact that I know he's 8 months old, I'm going to be stuck with that for years. And I was just thinking how much I wanted to start like knitting, because I love sweaters, but I can't find cute sweaters. I feel like I really have been struggling to find some that are more unique. And I was going to make them myself, but can you imagine having yarn in this house with that cat? It's not going to happen. He's just going to swallow it. Like I would have to be so careful, like putting it like in a container every time, and like 1 second alone and he would swallow it. Heck, he would probably swallow the freaking needles at this point. So yeah, no fun hubbies for me, because Charlie, I'm just gonna go and like try and relax a little bit, because I'm so stressed right now. So that's my update. That also solves the question. I had a little Christmas tree, like changing color one for this room. I'm gonna sell it, because just the one upstairs, at least I can close the door, right? But the one in the living room, I had to put it in the bathrooms during the night because I wasn't trusting them with it, and that's solved it. It's going bye-bye, because anyway, I'll see you tomorrow or whatever when I have an update, but cross your fingers for rainbow. By the way, it was a long piece, okay? It was one of those like stick with a ribbon. Okay, the worst part is I had a feeling, because I was like, I don't think the material is really thick enough and like each use things. And I left it, I swear, 60 seconds. I went in the bathroom, washed my hand, comes out. We make eye contact. I see on the floor a piece of ribbon and then the piece attached to stick, and he swallowed in front of me. My heart just dropped, ran to him, opened his mouth, obviously was gone. That's the only good thing about having gone to the vet, is they were able to check that he wasn't stuck on his tongue or something. But like, anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Update time. I am about 70% into the audiobook. I'm saying specifically audiobook because I don't think I would have made it this far or finished a book, because I will. if it weren't for the audiobook. Not that I'm not enjoying it, I am. It just, I don't know if it's the slump coming back, or just, you know, the stress, or just the pace of the book. I do find it quite slow. The story is interesting, but it feels like it's been going on forever. I don't know how long the audiobook is. I forgot already, but the story is good. It's definitely just following them. I feel like I haven't really said much, but it's following the golem and the genie figuring out what to do with their life, kind of. Like, they're just living their life, and basically nothing happened. I'm really not selling this. But yeah, things are just going okay. Charlie's here, which he has been such a cuddle bug. Luckily, it started happening before he swallowed a ribbon, so I'm not worried that he's not feeling well or anything. He's just been the cuddliest of the three lately, which, happy surprise, because up until he was like at least 3-4 months old, he wanted nothing to do with me. So at least that's how I remember it. So yeah, it's doing okay. It's going okay, and I will be finishing it. Hopefully the ending picks up a little bit. But as far as him, he's doing good. He's acting completely normal. He has been, but no rainbow. So I don't know how I feel. I feel like I've been trying to like not think about it, but I mean, even if I worry about it, nothing will change. So I'm gonna continue crossing my fingers that it will appear. Also, I wanted to say thank you to everyone that has been DMing me asking how he's doing and like if he has been moving. I never thought I would feel grateful about people asking me about that, but I am. It's easy to forget that other people are also getting attached to them, you know? Because how could we not? Look at this little beast. Charlie's being... Not Charlie. Chunky's like staring at me right there. I'm just seeing his eyes, being jealous. Always. But yeah, that's how things have been. There you go. There's the jealous baby. Hi. Are you being jealous? Okay. Good. I'm gonna take that back. Okay. So yeah, that's the update. Things are going okay, I guess. We're all still alive, which is what matters. Okay, I was curious and I double checked. The audiobook is 20 hours long. So it is long. I feel like the average book tends to be like 10, 12-ish hours, depending. Let's say 10, between 10 and like 15. So 20 is definitely on the long side. So it's not in my head. It's always good to have that confirmation, right? Okay, I have a little tangent here because I need a sanity check because I can't stop laughing. It's late. I couldn't sleep, and I was making myself some tea, and I did the same last night and I slept so much better, so I wanted to try it again. The sleepy time tea, I've used that a lot, so it's not new. But what is new is that while I was waiting for the water to boil, I was reading the little packaging, as one does, and I can't stop laughing because whoever wrote or the translation in French deserves to be fired. Because in English it says, in Mexican folklore, tilia flowers are said to have a sedative quality. Okay, fair enough. In French though, it says, dans le folklore mexicain, on prétend que les fleurs du ciel possèdent des propriétés sédatives. Who didn't realize that this was probably... It sounds a bit racist. If I'm translating that, it means we pretend that these flowers have like sedative effect. How did that pass? I'm gonna have to Google it. I'm gonna put it on the screen what the Google Translate says, because there's no way. Even Google Translate probably says something better than this. But that is just awful. We pretend. Anyway, I need to say that out loud because I'm not gonna go to bed. I realize I haven't finished this vlog. It's been forever, it feels like, because finishing the last part of the book took me forever because I was so bored. And frankly, I should have DNF'd the book, but I didn't because
stubbornness. I'm still learning. I thought maybe the ending would compensate. It did not. And I don't get the hype. I really thought, I was so excited in the beginning, and it just, no. No, I was really frustrated with the ending. I'm gonna give myself a bit more time to digest it, but 2-star. Not a fan. As far as the cat update, because I'm sure some of you will be wondering, he's acting completely normal, but no rainbow. So I don't know. I don't know. Should I still stress about it? Should I not? Who knows? The one exciting part now of this vlog that I feel like I've been forgetting to do is that I get to put the little paper in the container. So, by the way, if you hear some hissing, Pear, the mom of the kittens, is free right now, and every time she passes their door, she hisses. So, she screams and loses her every time. Come here. Anyway, these are all the ones that I finish or didn't finish during this challenge all year long, so we get to put less satisfying than when I had to put like 5 or 7, I think the max I've done. So it's here though. We're gonna do, I'm using the royal we again. We're gonna do a video on that topic soon. Once I do the last one in December, and then I'll be able to review how it went, changes maybe for next year, adding all the books that I bought this year. So yeah, I feel like for an ending, it's a little anticlimactic, but at least I got to a book that I probably would have kept forgetting about for another 5 years. So it is what it is. I've mourned this month's challenge. I'm done. So we're moving on. So hope you enjoyed this video. Some months are more exciting than others. I'll put the other ones on the screen so you can go and check that out. And I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. Bye.